Thank you, Madam Chair. I appreciate that. The interesting thing about this hearing is one, I guess I'm glad we're having it. It is that, as I have said before, the reason that you have hearings is to lead to answers. Well, we're here again having a hearing, but no answers. We've been here for 9 months with no answers. What we have heard a lot of is how bad our agents are, how bad those in law enforcement are, how bad conditions are. We put forward a bill just a few months ago that we talked about. I mean, it's not into law. Oh, that's right, because it can't pass the Senate. That would supposedly help conditions, but it would deal more with environmental issues and other things. And when we don't deal with the very issue at the border on why people are coming across and how this is happening and why this is happening in the 3 areas of things that we need to be talking about, Flores Asylum and the Trafficking and Victims Protection Act. But we don't want to do that because that's too simple and it doesn't play politically. I'm sorry for the DACA recipients. We could have fixed DACA, by the way. I'm sorry that, some people didn't know that you couldn't travel, and I understand that. And it may not have been our bill, but there was a bill, and we discussed a bill passed out of here that many of us on the Republican side would love to have fixed, and the president would have, and we could have. The majority leader of this House actually got on the floor and said, last year this could have happened, and there was a bill that was within 1 or 2 signatures away of being taken off the desk and voted on. And instead of taking that bill, which would have got 40 or 50 or maybe even 60 Republicans to pass this year, went to the Senate, passed, and their president signed it, so there is no more problem here. We chose to pass the partisan DACA bill, which can't pass, which means that, frankly, it seems the majority is only interested in using DACA as a political issue and not a solution. If you don't believe it, just look at the results. Don't look at the rhetoric. Look at the results, not the rhetoric. It's one thing to tell you something. It's another thing to promise you something. It's another thing to bring come here and testify to the conditions you're under. And I appreciate that and sympathetic to that. But don't look at the rhetoric. Look at the results. I would love to see this committee actually propose results. I've said this a week or 2 ago when we were having this, again, discussion on immigration and talking about how dehumanizing it is. It's dehumanizing to continue to come here and talk about it and not put a bill before this committee. I got you. Too dehumanizing. So you can come and be witness to the majority, witness to the minority, but it's dehumanizing to come in here and not know that this committee could actually pass bills it chooses not to.